Hey guys, it's Amy. Sorry if I look like crap. I haven't gotten any sleep today. I had a very unsuccessful doctor's visit. When I say that, I don't mean I didn't lose weight or something. I'm specifically talking about the fact that I have extremely tough veins to find. Sometimes I wonder if I even have any, which would be insane because that means I'm dead. But for some reason, I'm a very difficult poke. And the day of my surgery, they could not, not the day of, but the day after my surgery, they had to take blood. And they couldn't. And lately, it's just been worse and worse. Doctors are unable to find veins. And it could be because, especially after surgery, it could be because I'm dehydrated a lot. But even then, I was always a difficult poke, and I'm hoping that losing weight would be just an extremely easier thing for them to get blood, but I hear different things. I hear that's not true, and then I hear that is absolutely true, so I'm just hoping things get easier. So, unsuccessful visit at the doctor's. Now, I don't know what has changed in me, but lately I've been very vocal on the internet when people are teasing fat people. Now, like I said, I've had surgery. I've been big all my life. My mother described me as a solid kid. I was fat my entire life. I can't really remember not being fat. And, genetics play a huge part in that, but I was always wondering, what really did cause that, and I'll never get answers, I feel, but, so, one of the things that really bother me about people on the internet, people commenting, fat jokes, things like that, is that people don't really know the whole story. There was this person who tried to convince me that I was wrong by saying that some women who have PCOS, which is something wrong with their uterus or something, I don't know, it's something that involves reproduction and periods, and it makes you gain a hell of a lot of weight, and it's hard to get off. And when I had said I know a lot of women who had weight problems with this, and they're very active, very active, and this person tried to tell me that I was wrong, which was really idiotic, because I know what I'm talking about. I know people personally. I've looked this stuff up to see if I had it. I've been tested for it. Of course. Yeah. I know what I'm fucking talking about. I'm not an idiot. But, well, I am, but not in that sense. And I know a lot of women with PCOS who had to get the same surgery I had because the weight does not come off. And it's very strange. It's very strange. But another thing that really bothers me is that, when people make these fat comments, or when I say something like, it's not about body acceptance, it's about being respectful to other people, people get on my case like I'm supporting unhealthy habits. I'm not supporting unhealthy habits. I have my own habits, and I decided to change them. People don't understand. I just don't think that calling people names and shaming people is going to do anything about it. Because that's not how the world works. Who thinks that negativity will enforce positive changes? That's retarded. That's like a guy coming home after a bad day and beating his wife because he thinks it's going to make it fucking better. No, it's not. It's the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And it seems to be a practice that people use a lot. Stop it. It's ridiculous. As far as it's insane. And then when I try to stand up for other people, I'm being towed down because they think I'm in the wrong because I'm supporting bad habits. No, I'm supporting people feeling better about themselves so they don't fucking commit suicide, you assholes. That's the thing I hate about this. I hate about this world, really, is that people don't understand that mean has bad consequences. Negative has negative consequences. This isn't science. This isn't some kind of thing that you need a psychology major for. This is just common sense. It really is. You're not going to get anywhere by telling a fat person that they need to lose weight without it being out of love and respect. And I had to block this guy because every comment I made, he'd have to go and backlash at me, and it's retarded. And I said, this one person says, well, this commenter must be fat. And I'm just like, if this person's not sitting on your fucking face, it shouldn't bother you. And then this person comes along, well, Amy, he's just stating an opinion. Saying that someone's fat isn't an opinion, it's a dick move. It's an insult. It's not an opinion, it's an insult. I can't believe how mean and stupid people are. Now, here's a good thing, and I'm not going to mention any names, but on a certain comment on my video, when I was 19, I had made a video about trying to accept my body the way it is. And someone commented, mind you, again, I'm 17, I've always had a weight problem. 19, I've always had a weight problem. This person said, eat more and die so that we don't have to pay your welfare. And I didn't see that until after I had my surgery, and I commented, dude, I had surgery. And you want to know what happened? This guy completely turned. Like, just 100% kindness. Which, was great to get more support, because I need all the support that I can get through this tough journey. But what made me any different from what I was before? Why? Because I made healthier choices? You have no idea what I was doing then. I was trying to love myself. It didn't mean that I wasn't going to try to take care of myself. That's not how that works. But to tell a 19-year-old girl to kill herself, to die, that's where the issue comes in. I don't know if this person had any idea how old I was at the time. But my point is, you can't do that to people. Why did I become different? Why did I become more of a person than I was before? Let me say this again. This person told me to die so that he wouldn't have to pay welfare or whatever. And then after the surgery, good job, good luck. Is it because you realized how much of an asshole you were? And that you changed your fucking ways? Because I don't believe that. When someone's trying to love themselves, you don't put them down like that. Especially not an impressionable 19-year-old girl. Especially someone who's just trying to figure out their life. Especially someone who's obviously struggling to accept the way that they are. That bothers me. And for people to bounce and attack me for trying to make it known that fat prejudice is the only acceptable and terrible prejudice that's left yet. What I mean by that is I don't mean that racial prejudice doesn't count. No, that's a prejudice. Racism is kind of a prejudice. But see, the thing about that is it is very unacceptable. It's against the law in a lot of states. It's harassment, it's racism, it's awful. But I don't really know if it's against the law. That was a no deep thing. But fat prejudice is still made fun of on TV. It's in every cartoon. It's almost on every channel. Do you understand where I'm getting at? You'd never see racism on the TV unless there's a superhero in there that saves them and stands up for them. That doesn't happen. Why? Because apparently fat people like me deserve to die. And the thing is, when I lose weight, I'm always gonna hold those scars. They will never leave me. Every insult that I've heard, every mean comment that I've heard, every time I was told to die, that's gonna stay with me forever. That's not gonna leave. So all of this weight can be off me, but all those emotional scars that people inflicted on me, they're gonna fucking remain. Good job, people. The fuck is wrong with you people? Because, you know what? Fat can go away. You know, they say when you sweat, it's your fat crying. That can go away. That can change. But you people, you will always be prejudiced assholes unless you do some serious mental work. Like I said, I'm gonna be thin. But if one day I bump into people that made fun of me, I'm gonna be like, I lost all this fucking weight, but you're still a dickhole. It's really sad. The point to this video is to remind people that everyone is fucking human. You don't need to bash people, you don't need to hate on people, you don't need to tell them what's wrong and right for them. That's not your fucking place. Again, like I said to that one person, if a fat person is sitting on your face, it is the only time that you can mention it, and unless you're gonna fucking pay for the gym membership, keep your fucking mouth shut. Honestly. Because it's not your place. You're right, we only have one life. It is our fucking life, and we'll do whatever we damn well please with it. I chose to do something because I want to live longer. And I love myself enough to do this for myself. And I love my family, and I want to be around longer for them. I'd like to do more things. I'd like to be more active. That's why I did this for myself. If other people don't want to do this for themselves, if other people don't want to lose weight, if other people, and there are some people around there, want to gain the weight to the point where they are immobile, again, I don't fucking give a shit unless they're sitting on my face. So maybe people, especially if there's any haters out there that are so, keyboard warriors as we call them, are so ready to leave some hateful comments about how being fat is wrong. Unless you're fucking fat, you have no right to say what's wrong or right. You wanna know why? Because you don't know what it's like. You know, and that's another thing. When people go around saying, well, why don't they just fucking go out and exercise? It's not fucking science. Well, it is. It's not fucking rocket scientists. They're science. Sorry, very little sleep. It's not fucking rocket science to know that losing weight is extremely hard. Especially for women. It's not rocket science at all. It's especially harder for people who, let's say, have extra 100 pounds to go out and exercise. First of all, you gotta worry about these dickholes, because there are a lot out there that absolutely love to make fun of fat people as soon as they see them. I saw this woman walking on the boardwalk at the beach, fucking walking, and somebody had the nerve to call her fat. Why? She's fucking walking. See, and then you tell us to exercise so what, we can go out there and be made fun of by the same people who told us to fucking exercise? That doesn't make any sense. I've seen people being filmed at the gym. People being filmed at the gym because they're overweight. They're fucking exercising. Why are you filming them? Put your fucking camera down. Are you kidding me? What, because it's comedy gold to see fat people working out? No, it's fucking life, and they're trying to make it last longer, so put your fucking cameras down, maybe try to work on your fucking biceps or whatever you're fucking working on, and leave fat people alone. It's especially hard to work out when you have 100 pounds extra to carry, because it's torture on your joints. That's another thing. Well, put down go put down the fork and exercise. I would like to see a guy who can bench press 100 pounds, carry it 24/7, and not struggle. That's not how that works. And that's fucking ridiculous that people think that's how that works. Because it's the most stupid thing I've ever heard in all of my life. And then you tell people to put down those forks. First of all, that definitely endorses eating disorders. Yeah. If you could lose weight by putting down the fork, life would be easy, I guess. But the problem is, when you starve yourself, or when you're not eating enough food, your body goes in starvation mode. What does that mean? It's going to absorb and hold on to all of the fat on your body. Unless you're really starving yourself, then it'll start eating away at the fat in your body. The point is, starvation doesn't work without dire consequences. Next is emotional eating, which I've had a couple of videos about OA in my little box of videos there. And the reason putting down your fork doesn't eat, and the reason why so many people pick up the fork and eat, is because they're emotionally damaged. A lot of people that I know who struggled with their weight have issues with, let's say, like sexual abuse. That's very common. People don't want to be attractive, so they gain weight, or it just kind of protects them. It feels like a big fluffy shield, if you would. People eat when they've lost people. Feel like they're gaining things. A lot of people eat when they don't have a father figure or a male figure in their life. That's something that I've seen. It's about comfort. And that's why you don't put the fucking fork down. Because you put the fucking fork down, and then you walk out and you exercise, and people make fun of you, the same people that told you to go out and exercise and put down the fork. And you're left your comforts on your plate. That's why that doesn't work. You want to really help people? You really want to help people? It's all about the brain. And this is something that I really hate when I mention the brain. Because a lot of people, and I'm sorry, this is fucking ridiculous, think that when I say people emotional eat, that I'm totally giving them a fucking pass. Like, I'm totally blaming something else. This is a brain. This belongs to me. This brain is the reason that I ate. This brain is the reason I don't exercise. This brain. I'm not blaming anyone else. I don't know why this is so hard for people to understand. When it's an emotional abuse of food, the food covers that up. It's not blaming the person who did this abuse. It is blaming how you held onto it and used that for a reason to eat. It's a mental thing. I seriously don't understand why people think that when I say it's a mental issue, that I'm blaming the world around them and not the person with the fucking mental issue. Are you retarded? That pisses me off, because so many people, when I say emotional eating is the cause for this, people jump on my back like I've just stood up for them. I'm not standing up. I'm not saying that someone forced food down their plate. I'm not saying that someone mind controlled them into lifting up the fork. That's not how that works. I'm saying that they have some kind of emotional issue or chemical imbalance, like depression, that causes them to use food as comfort. Food is comfort to a lot of people. Why does this automatically mean that I'm not allowing the person to take full credit for full responsibility for what they do to their bodies? The brain is a part of them. It's a part of their fucking bodies. Why can't people put two and two together that this is a fucking puzzle. See, this is a puzzle piece that fits right in with this fucking puzzle piece. This isn't a puzzle piece that goes to a different fucking puzzle. Do you understand that? That's so... I'm sitting here and I'm really trying to understand why people would think that when I say that people eat because they have emotional issues, it means that they're not taking credibility for their actions. It means that they ate because of an emotion that they felt. That's how this works. I'm not saying someone put the fork into their hands and forced them to eat. But it certainly makes it sound like I'm saying that when people jump on me saying, this is her fault, it's not just about emotional eating. What do you mean it's not just about emotional eating? People don't do that to themselves without a fucking reason for doing it to themselves. Now, the only time I don't think it's emotional eating is when they get bigger for someone that they love. We call those feedies and the feeder, I guess. I'm not really sure. But those people, yeah, that's not an emotional issue. Although I do think it's emotionally crippling to have someone who's constantly feeding you food in order to gain weight because they're never satisfied with the way that you look already. I think that's a big issue. Yeah, maybe it is a lot more emotional than I think, and I'm really glad that I kind of figured that out. My point is, people need to calm the fuck down when I say things like, let me make a list here. If they're not sitting on your face, it's none of your fucking business. It's a true fact. I don't know why people care so much. There was that person who commented on me saying that they're gonna pay for my welfare, but let's fucking face it, my weight will have nothing to do with my welfare or not, you know, because I'm never gonna get to that point, and I never would have before, and I think it's fucking ridiculous that someone would say die for that. Hi kitty. Look at that. If you're going to tell people to lose weight, pay for their gym membership, why do you have a fucking problem with that? I think it's obvious, because obviously calling people fat isn't fucking helping them, as much as you love to believe that. If you really want to help people, close your fucking mouth, get out your wallet, pay for a gym membership, go with them, support them. That's how you do that. No, that's only for the people who keep making fun of fat people and telling them to exercise and things like that. Again, that's kind of like, if they're not sitting on your face, it's none of your fucking business. It's none of your fucking business unless you're going to try to help them. And calling people fat doesn't help them, so I wouldn't even suggest that as helping. Any fucking mention of compulsive overeating due to emotional distress. Like I said before, and I said it so many times, the brain is a part of the human body. I'm not blaming anyone else for my weight. I'm not blaming anyone else for anyone else's weight. That is obviously you. I don't understand why when I mention the brain, they automatically think that the brain is a separate fucking being. And I'm blaming the brain. The brain is you. Your brain has all of those emotions in them, all those senses, things. Everything works because this is alive. If you're brain dead, you are not alive. You are there, but you're not there. Do you understand that? That's how it works. So sit the fuck down. And third of all, fourth thing, is that fat acceptance is the only acceptable fat prejudice is the only acceptable prejudice. Like I said, this doesn't mean it's the only one that exists, because a lot of people have been mistaken that for, like, me saying that racism doesn't exist, or being prejudiced against races, or gays, or homosexuals, please. I'm sorry about that. I'm not at all homophobic. Even though I'm Christian, I'm supposed to be, but I don't think God makes mistakes. So, my point is, yeah, those all exist, but you will never, ever see on TV them making fun of this situation without someone standing up for them. I see this on cartoons, which, South Park doesn't count because they really do make fun of everything. And I see this on TV shows. I've seen this in Disney movies where the fat person is always the villain. Or the helpful washer lady. That has nothing to do with anything. That's just a fact. Yeah. It's the only prejudice where people can make fun of fat people and it be absolutely okay. That's not how the world should be. Anything that could hurt people because of the way that they look on the outside should not be used against people at all. Like I said, if you want to make positive changes, don't use negativity. Negativity will never enforce positivity. It will never make anyone say, well, this person called me fat, so I'm going to do something about it. There was someone who tried to tell me that fat shaming helped them. If you're telling me that you lost weight because someone called you fat, then you didn't lose weight for yourself. And that's the sad part. You did not love yourself to connect that, hey, I wanted to do this to better myself. Not, hey, I wanted to shut the world up. I don't believe it's okay to lose weight because someone made fun of you. I believe it's perfectly wonderful that you decided to make this decision, and if you did lose the weight, kudos to you. But to try to sit here and tell me that you did it to shut people up, it's just sad. You need to make these decisions for yourself. Because people are right, you only have one life to live. But that's your life. And you need to choose what to do with it. Nobody else can make that decision for you. I know I didn't make my decision based on what other people say. I'm going to stop it right here because I'm reaching like 30 minutes. And if you guys sat down and watched all of this on this big fucking rant, then thank you. If you guys want to leave a comment, go ahead. If anyone tries to leave a hate comment, I will simply tell you what I've been telling other people. Unless you've been through it, you're never going to understand. Ever. You can try to figure it out with science, but you're not going to be those people. You're not going to go through their experience. And definitely don't try to tell me about my experience. Because I will always tell you that those people that tried to tell me what to do or tried to call me names never did anything for me. This was me. I did this because I pushed those people out of my life. I shoved the negativity out, put in the positive, decided to make a positive change. That's how this goes. And people who are like, what positive change? I had the gastric sleeve surgery. I'm less than 3 months out. I've lost 45 pounds so far through this entire journey. It's quick, and some people think it's easy. Well, that's kind of not how it is. I should make a video explaining that more, but yeah. So thanks for watching this, guys. Love you. Bye.